This is the story of Suitcase Killer, where love, betrayal, and forensic evidence paint a tangled web. We'll uncover the secrets hidden beneath the surface, explore the shocking twists and turns of the investigation. Was it a cold-blooded murder, meticulously planned, or a desperate act by a wife pushed to the edge? Did Melanie McGuire kill her husband, Bill McGuire? We will try to find all the answers to these questions. Let's get started. On September 21, 1964, Bill McGuire was born in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Bill McGuire graduated from Bloomfield High School in 1982. He studied computer sciences at Rutgers University in 1986. Bill McGuire started his career as a computer programmer and served different companies. Bill McGuire likes to play golf, go fishing, and spend quality time with his family in his spare time. Bill McGuire's first marriage with Marcy Polk ends early. Later, Bill McGuire fell in love with Melanie the moment he saw her because they both worked at the same restaurant. Later, Melanie became a nurse at a reproductive clinic, while Bill became a computer programmer in the Navy. After getting married in 1999, they had 2 boys, ages 1 and 4, when Bill was murdered. The victim, Bill McGuire, becomes lost in all of this. His reputation has taken a serious hit, and Melanie is the only one who receives much genuine attention. They had purchased a $500,000 house in Woodbridge, New Jersey. They closed on the sale of their first house together on April 28, 2004. After that, they went back to their Woodbridge apartment, where Bill made a 5:37 p.m. call to the gas provider to move their account to the new residence. He called 2 close pals at 5:44 and 5:59 p.m. to joyfully inform them that he had successfully closed on the sale of his new home. Later that night, Bill failed to answer a call from the house's seller, even though he had done so without delay in the past. Other than the defendant, there is no proof that Bill spoke to anyone else after 6:10 p.m. on April 28, 2004. Bill was usually highly busy on his phone and BlackBerry, both for work and social purposes, so his stillness was uncommon. Melanie claims that their relationship was unstable almost immediately. Melanie said that they had an extremely heated argument a few days before Bill became missing. Their argument was about the house. Bill regretted that they settled on this house because he intended to go to Virginia Beach. She stated that Bill pushed a dryer sheet into her mouth and gave her an open-handed slap. She said that he had hit her previously. Between May 5 and May 16, 2004, 3 separate times, Bill's body was discovered in the seas close to the Virginia Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. After being chopped into 3 sections and the blood drained, the body was wrapped in trash bags and placed inside 3 identical pieces of luggage. 2 bullet wounds to the body and distinct entrance and exit bullet wounds to the head and chest were discovered by the Virginia Medical Examiner. Another item discovered in one of the bags was a blanket bearing the logo of a medical supply firm. Melanie McGuire was informed by the police that her husband's remains had been located and identified 4 weeks after Bill disappeared. Melanie was accused by the prosecution of drugging Bill, attacking him, and breaking up his body. 3 separate parts of his body were discovered in suitcases in Virginia's Chesapeake Bay. A few fishermen were out on their boats on May 5, 2004. There were 2 guys present together with their sons. A suitcase with a dark color was seen drifting in the water. During the interview, one of the fishermen stated that they chose to drag it up because it was quite heavy. They were careful, but the fisherman's son opened it because he imagined it was buried with some treasure. They discovered human legs which were covered in dark plastic bags. There was a student on Fisherman's Island on May 11, 2004. In addition, she discovered a suitcase with a dark tint and a smell of decay. It had been sent to the medical examiner. She did not try to open it. There was a head and a torso in this suitcase, a pair of bullet wounds to the torso. The arms were discovered inside the 3rd suitcase, which was discovered on a beach on May 16, 2004. Due to the major military facility close to Virginia Beach, the police initially believed that the individual they were searching for might be a member of the armed forces. After that, a composite sketch was created and released. Soon after, a few of Bill McGuire's acquaintances alerted the authorities to the sketch's resemblance to their friend. These friends were interviewed, and upon discovering that it was, in fact, Bill's body, they assumed that Melanie was the culprit. Melanie lived in New Jersey. Thus, the Virginia police had to hand over her case to the New Jersey State Police. They quite immediately discovered proof against Melanie. Additionally, Bill's acquaintances reported that Melanie promptly burned his remains. Melanie purchased a firearm in Easton, Pennsylvania on April 26, 2004. The bullets in it were the same wad cutter bullets that were discovered inside Bill's body, and it was chambered in. During an interview, the owner of the gun store mentioned that he recognized Melanie as "not many women buy guns." He also recalled that Melanie had filled out a form indicating her occupation as a nurse. Bill's automobile was discovered in Atlantic City on April 30, 2004. His 2002 Nissan Maxima was discovered outside the Flamingo Motel, where he was staying. Melanie claimed that Bill was addicted to gambling and would frequently travel to Atlantic City. Melanie was seen relocating Bill's automobile on the security video that the police retrieved. They said that Melanie entered by the passenger side and that, despite the surveillance tape's inability to show it, she had a helper. They also discovered that 2 days after Bill's murder, when she was traveling to Delaware, her E-ZPass tag was recorded. Together with her partner, whom they took to be her stepfather, she attempted to have that case dismissed. Bill McGuire's body was discovered inside a 3-piece designer set of McGuire's bags. Additionally, they discovered fibers on Bill's body that matched the missing sofa they owned. Since Melanie was a nurse, the medical-grade towel that was discovered on Bill's body also matched towels that were discovered at their house and at the clinic where Melanie worked. The McGuire family owned the same black trash bags that were found in the suitcases, which they also looked through. One last thing existed to cast suspicion on her. Melanie was also having an extramarital affair with a physician at a reproductive clinic. Dr. Bradley Miller was his name, and they started having an affair while she was expecting her second child. Melanie learned that Dr. Miller was collaborating with the police to persuade her into confessing over the phone during his testimony at Melanie's trial. Melanie's phone calls were being monitored by the police, and they had more than 500 of them. She appeared to be uninterested in the news that her husband had died as they played a few calls, and at one point she even made a joke about killing Bill McGuire. Melanie was taken into custody at her new residence in Brick Township, New Jersey, on June 2, 2005. Melanie faced a first-degree murder charge. A year later, on October 26, 2006, she was charged after being released on bail. She was now accused of 2 counts of resisting arrest. In an attempt to shift the responsibility away from herself, she allegedly wrote letters to the police. Yet another time, she was released on bail. Melanie ultimately went on trial on March 5, 2007. Melanie was portrayed as evil by the media, who said that she was often smiling and joking with her lawyers during the trial's breaks. They discussed a few matters, including the discovery of a syringe and chloral hydrate in Bill McGuire's car during Melanie's trial, often referred to as a knockout drug. Chloral hydrate was bought the day Bill McGuire disappeared. Testimony, which was given on March 21, 2007, Dr. Miller revealed that he and Melanie dated for 3 years and that during their initial encounter, Melanie gave him oral. Melanie was panned after that, and she appeared really uncomfortable. Additionally, there was proof that Melanie forged Dr. Miller's signature on the prescription pad and used it to obtain the knockout medication. On April 23, 2007, Melanie was found guilty of first-degree murder. The state said that although Melanie McGuire wanted to get out of her marriage to Bill McGuire, she was also afraid of getting divorced. She did not want to start a new chapter in a marriage she regretted and buy a property at great expense.